Hi, Cake Mom here again, showing you how to take your regular ordinary cakes and turning them into something special. I want to start a new series called Piece the Cake, where I actually have templates available to you if you want to write in the comment section of the YouTube page and jot me your email. I'd be happy to send you a template. This template's rather simple. You can probably do this on your own without actually the paper copy. But what I like to do is actually take my cake pan, trace it, and then I like to map out exactly what I'm going to do on my cake just to make it a little bit simpler. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and printed out my template and I've cut it out, and I'm going to just lay it right on my cake, and it should fit perfectly. This is my 9x13 cake, and I'm going to just cut it right in the shape of a football. My cake actually was frozen after it was baked and cooled. I find it much easier to cut it when it's a little bit frozen. So use a very sharp knife and cut right along the lines, the dotted lines of your template, so that you end up with a perfect shape. You're just going to take these pieces off, and frozen really does help make it less crumbly and just easier to work with. Cut off my pieces. This actually is a cake for one of my best friends' little boy who absolutely is obsessed with football. But you could make this for a Super Bowl party, for game night, for whatever football party you have in line. So, all right, so here's my football cake. And if your edges don't look quite right, you can certainly trim it up just a little bit more to get the right shape of your football. All right, once you have your cake shape right, we've got it all cut out. I brushed all the crumbs off the sides, and your cake is ready to ice and decorate. So I'm just going to use a tub of regular chocolate icing to get the right color for my football cake. If you want an actual decorator's icing, I have another posting on YouTube for a decorating icing, but because I want a dark brown icing anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and use a tub of icing, save some time and save some money. And I'm going to put just a really large glob on the top of the cake so that it doesn't pick up so many crumbs when I ice it out. And I just slightly smooth the icing over the sides. And this way you don't grab so many crumbs. If you put a tiny bit of icing and you're spreading it around, it tends to grab the crumbs. So I like to use a large glob, and you can always take off excess icing after you're finished going around your whole cake. So I'm going to add some more, another big glob on the side, and go all the way around your cake. And this icing is nice, it smooths out really easy. I'm going to go all the way around my football. And if you're using a 9x13 size cake cut into the shape, one tub of icing should cover your entire cake. Now I would suggest if you have a lot of people to feed, because this is not a large cake, I would actually double the cake, and I would put an extra football on top and do a layer cake. If you need more cake, just do it ×2 and pile another football on top. Or do cupcakes and do cute little footballs on top of your cupcakes. I've just finished icing the cake, smoothing it all out, and now we're ready for the final touches. If you notice on the template, it gives you an idea of where to put the strings, but you can put them at the top if you prefer, kind of make it your own. So basically I'm going to take an icing bag, and a number 30 Wilton tip is what I'm using with the couplers, and I've explained how to fill a bag and how to do some basic borders on another one of the YouTube videos that you can check out. So basically, with the star tip, I'm going to apply some pressure and simply pull it along the length of the cake. Okay, straight across. And then I'm gonna go across the midline several times. I'm gonna do 4. Just to give it the look of a football. And you can add to it if you want. You can make it a little shorter, a little longer, to your preference. And then I'm going to actually border the cake just to do something a little extra special on this cake. And I'm gonna use on the bottom a shell border that I also showed in another video, but I'm gonna show you real quick here as well. Basically, you're going to squeeze the bag until it forms a small shell shape and pull. And then you are going to go right next to the tail, squeeze and pull all the way around your cake. Now, you don't necessarily have to do a border on this cake. That is completely up to you. It looks nice as is, but I'm gonna go around the perimeter of this cake, squeezing and pulling to make that small shell border all along the edge of the cake. And I already did the back side for you to see. And then along the ridge of the cake, you could leave it just like this, or you could do some kind of a border around the top of your cake as well. It's your preference, however you want to do that. And I'm going to do just a small, thin line around the perimeter of the cake, just to give it a little bit of depth so you can actually see that football shape. And also this will give your ends a little bit of a point, whereas the cake shape is somewhat round. All right, just doing the finishing touches on the cake to give it the right shape. And basically we have everything completed. Got our football cake ready for your next party. It's gonna be a touchdown at your next party. So anyway, this is Cake Mom showing you how to turn your ordinary cakes into special creations. See you next time.